I now give the floor to Her Excellency Retno Lestari Priansari Marsudi, Minister for Foreign Affairs of Indonesia.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Mr. President, this is my last opportunity as the Foreign Minister of Indonesia to represent my country to speak before the UNGA. A decade of so many challenges, but at the same time, a decade of Indonesia's many contributions in addressing global issues. One of them is Palestine. Indonesia cannot, I repeat, cannot sit back and relax, seeing the injustice that continues to be committed against the people of Palestine. Indonesia is and will always stand with the people of Palestine to attain their right to have an independent state of Palestine. As I speak now, more than 41,000 people in Gaza have been killed. Situation in West Bank, Lebanon are deteriorating. Is that not enough? Is that not enough? Will the Security Council only take action to stop Israel atrocities when all Palestinians are displaced? Or when 100,000 Palestinians are killed? Or when a regional armed conflict breaks out? That will be too late. PM Netanyahu yesterday mentioned, and I quote, that Israel seeks peace, that Israel yearns for peace. Really? How are we supposed to believe that statement? Yesterday, while he was here, Israel conducted unprecedented massive air attack on Beirut. PM Netanyahu wants the war to continue. We must stop that. I repeat, we must stop that. We must pressure Israel to come back to a political solution for two-state solution. Mr. President, the overwhelming majority of the UN members strongly support the two-state solution, and this is the right time to walk the talk. Recognizing the state of Palestine is the least that we can do now to give Palestinians equal footing on the world states and to exert pressure to Israel to stop their atrocities. Therefore, I urge countries that have yet to recognize the state of Palestine to do so now. If each of us does it, for sure it will give impact. The recognition of Palestine today is an investment that will yield a more peaceful, just, and human world tomorrow. Once again, Indonesia urged the permanent members of the Security Council to concretely act to immediately stop Israel from blatantly violating international law and to end Israel impunity. The mandate of the Security Council is to maintain peace, to create peace, not to maintain and prolong wars, or even worse, to support the perpetrator of atrocities. Inaction means complicity. Colleagues, wherever Indonesia goes, we carry the voices of the global South. Indonesia started this commitment in 1955 when Indonesia hosted the Asia-Africa Conference in Bandung, Indonesia. The Bandung spirit of equality, cooperation, and solidarity will always be alive to inspire the global South to gain their rights, including their rights to development. That is the spirit that we need if we want to have a global leadership where moral virtues are the compass of our business. Do not bury the principle of the UN Charter and international law under the rubble of double standard, trust deficit, and zero-sum game. Mr. President, Excellencies, against these global challenges, Indonesia continues to be part of the solution. By embodying this commitment, Indonesia presidency in 2022 managed to prevent the G20 from collapsing, despite deep geopolitical division. During the global pandemic, we led the establishment of the Pandemic Fund and co-chaired the COVAX AMC engagement group to ensure equitable access to vaccine and financial resources, and to safeguard health security for all, especially for the Global South. As a member of the Human Rights Council, Indonesia continuously calls for inclusive partnership in addressing global human rights issues. And amidst regional rivalries, Indonesia pioneered the ASEAN Outlook on the Indo-Pacific as a framework for concrete and inclusive cooperation. To embrace, not to contain. We have demonstrated that global leadership will never be attained through force, domination, and fear. Global leadership should be about guiding collective action by listening, empowering the collaboration, and instilling hope. This is what I say, leadership without hegemony. Mr. President, Excellencies, to attain this vision, we must focus on three key priorities. First, advancing peace through inclusive leadership. Multilateral system should be reformed. The UNSC must be an inclusive space for peace, where a wider range of voices can be heard, and timely decisions can be taken for our collective good. Without peace, our effort to attain global goals such as the SDGs will remain a dream without reality. Indonesia is committed to contribute to global peace by being one of the largest troops contributing countries in UN peacekeeping mission and remain firm in our proactive role to counter terrorism. We also strive to ensure that peace we are promoting will be inclusive by advancing the Women, Peace and Security agenda, contributing to women empowerment, including pursuing equal access to education to women and girls in Afghanistan. Investing in women is investing in peace. Empowering women is empowering prosperity for all. Second, ensure a resilient future for shared prosperity. Indonesia believes in a future where all nations thrive no matter how big or small. But the global pandemic and impact of climate change has shown us all that to prosper together, we must work together. Therefore, the implementation of the Pact for the Future is important to accelerate the achievement of the SDGs and scale up partnership and sustainable development even beyond 2030. At the same time, geopolitical tensions have also significantly impacted global supply chain, affected the development trajectory of the Global South, many of whom remain unable to freely exercise their right to development. In this context, Indonesia has taken proactive steps. Earlier this month, Indonesia held the second Indonesia-Africa Forum to enhance cooperation in international supply chains and connectivity and build collaboration.
Sementara itu, Metro TV melaporkan, delegasi Israel tampak tak ada di kursi ruang pleno saat Menteri Luar Negeri RI Retno Marsudi menyampaikan pidatonya dalam Sidang Majelis Umum PBB di New York, Amerika Serikat pada Sabtu, 28 September 2024. Dalam video siaran langsung di UNTV, terlihat kursi Israel kosong tanpa delegasi sama sekali. Padahal, seharusnya wajib ada paling tidak satu delegasi hadir dalam setiap rapat terbuka. 1 hari sebelumnya, Delegasi Indonesia dan sejumlah negara lain memilih meninggalkan ruangan, walkout, saat Perdana Menteri Israel Benyamin Netanyahu berpidato. Indonesia tidak bisa duduk diam dan bersantai melihat ketidakadilan yang terus dilakukan terhadap rakyat Palestina. Indonesia selalu dan akan selalu berdiri bersama rakyat Palestina untuk mendapatkan hak mereka untuk memiliki negara Palestina yang merdeka. Tegas Menlu Retno begitu membuka pidatonya pada Sabtu, 28 September 2024 di New York. Menlu Retno mengungkapkan lebih dari 41.000 orang di jalur Gaza telah terbunuh. Situasi di tepi barat Lebanon memburuk. Ia menyindir Dewan Keamanan PBB yang lama dalam menghentikan perang di Gaza. Menurutnya, apa yang dilakukan Dewan Keamanan PBB sudah terlambat karena perang meletus dan menewaskan ribuan orang. Menlu Retno juga menyindir Netanyahu. PM Netanyahu kemarin menyebutkan dan saya kutip, bahwa Israel mencari perdamaian. Bahwa Israel mendambakan perdamaian. Benarkah? Bagaimana kita bisa mempercayai pernyataan itu? Tanyanya. Ia menuturkan, saat Netanyahu bicara, Israel melakukan serangan udara besar-besaran yang belum pernah terjadi sebelumnya di Beirut. PM Netanyahu ingin perang terus berlanjut. Kita harus menghentikannya, ucapnya. Menlu Retno menegaskan, dunia harus menekan Israel untuk kembali ke solusi politik untuk solusi dua negara. Hal ini mendapat tepuk tangan dari para delegasi yang ada di ruangan. Pasalnya, mayoritas anggota PBB sangat mendukung solusi dua negara. Inilah saat yang tepat untuk mewujudkannya. Mengakui negara Palestina adalah hal yang paling tidak dapat kita lakukan saat ini, untuk memberi Palestina kedudukan yang sama di panggung dunia dan untuk memberikan tekanan kepada Israel agar menghentikan kekejaman mereka, tegas Retno. Oleh karena itu, saya mendesak negara-negara yang belum mengakui negara Palestina untuk melakukannya sekarang, serunya. Menurut Menlu Retno, pengakuan Palestina saat ini adalah investasi yang akan menghasilkan dunia yang lebih damai, adil dan manusiawi di masa mendatang.